Greetings, YouTubers. Hey, Emerald City. Rapping Boomer, what's up? What's up? I just wanted to get on here and blab a little bit about my experience this morning. I tried to get a contact with the Postal Inspector because I wanted to, actually get someone to talk about what the policies are. Can we film? Can we not film? Then also, complain that I got trespassed. Hey, what's up, Prince? Basically, I got trespassed, off of a false, and not to mention JP, Prince got arrested, because of basically a false claim, that we battered a postal employee. But yeah, I called the number for the postal inspector's office, and when you choose to talk to a representative, you have to put in your zip code, and so I did that, and then it would just go, and it ring, 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 and then nothing, no voicemail, no hold message, nothing. It's not like you get hung up on, but there's just blanked out. So hey, what's up, Phil? How you doing, man? So I called several times, each time with the same result, putting in the 89102 zip code. So finally, on the fourth try, I put in 89101 and it rung, and then immediately somebody picked up. This woman picked up, Tazia. So I talked to her, and she couldn't talk about policy. She said she needed to have a postal inspector call me. So I left my number, and I'll just wait back to hear from a postal inspector. Um, might try to call again this afternoon and see if I can get a hold of somebody. But it seems like that's a pretty unhelpful route. I mean, I guess eventually if I get somebody to call me, then I can deal with it from there. But where I was headed now was to the Metro headquarters to go ahead and put in some paperwork. Hey Jenny, thanks for coming on. Um, to file open records requests. My plan is to get everything connected with the incident the other day, the radio traffic, the telephone calls, the body cam from the officers, and dash cam video. And then actually, Roger yesterday, he also said you can get the whatever they've typed into the computers while they're, on the call. So, okay, and then also the written reports that they generated, and then I was also hoping to get the statements that the crazy black lady filled out, because she did, her and her niece there, the two women that were there on site, they filled out reports. So I don't know about filming so much in the cop shop. I'll probably go live like once I'm at the desk and somebody's helping me out. But I just didn't want to be obtrusive about it, because I noticed Prince just got the runaround, and they never really helped him out, and got they never he never was able to actually get what he needed to get. And so I would rather get what I need, be able to fill out the paperwork and make the request, rather than have them give me the runaround. So, I kind of just plan on walking in there like I'm a normal person, not make a fuss, and then when I get to the desk and somebody's actually helping me, then tell them, I want to record this for my records or whatever. So, yeah, hey Susan. Yeah, I parked down the street, so it's gonna take me a bit to walk over there. And then I'll just yeah, maybe just text me when you get here, Susan, and then we can walk in there together. Yeah, Disarray. I'm new to auditing. I mean, I've been watching people for years. But I'm relatively new. I think one thing is I'm really going to go out of my way to not film people that are getting upset. I mean, it's good for the shock factor, and it's good for like increasing the, the shock value of your video. But I'm more about trying to educate people, and I don't necessarily want to, because had there not been a big commotion, a big ruckus in there, I think it would have gone more smoothly. Um, and so I've just in the few times when I've videoed people in the public, I've had people push me, I've had people get in my face, I've had people take off their jackets and like get ready to fight. And so um as much as I get the of having the shock factor, the good shock value of, you know, filming people that don't want to be filmed, uh, I don't need that kind of aggravation, where, that lady was screaming at me for a while there, and it's just, I think had we smoothed it over a little bit more, maybe that could have gone a little bit better. But hey, what's up, Pug? Yeah, thanks, Sean. Yeah, like I said, it should be all right. It shouldn't be any big deal. Just go in there like I'm normal Joe, and see what they'll give me or what they won't give me, and then um, yeah, I'll be curious to see. And then I don't know. I'll probably go stop by internal affairs because it's all in the same building. And I filled out a thing online, and so I just, I know that they send you like a disposition letter is what they tell you on the website. But I'm curious if I just go in there and say, you know, can I check the status of my complaint? What they'll tell me. So, anyways, yeah. Yeah, we're hoping to get Phil back out here again. It's a great boon to have these big name auditors. Freeman's in town, so we'll probably link up here afterwards and try to go out and maybe do some cop watching somewhere. Or, I mean, there's a bazillion other post offices, and I'm sure most of them would garner a similar kind of response. Oh, right on, Phil. Yeah, we have I was sort of yeah, there is, Desiree. It's like there's a lot of angry people all around, and I think, people are angry because they know the system's broken and they know they're getting screwed over, but instead of looking up and being, angry at the people that are above them, they're angry at the people around them or the people below them. So I'm trying to learn to be, more zen, more, not let people rattle me or get to me. Um, because I tend to mirror back what people give me, and so if people are cool, I'm cool. But people start getting upset and getting in my face and saying shit, like I get riled up too. So, anyways, let me oh, what else is going on? We went to Rogers. The judge called him back into court because she saw the video of where with the dust up with the bailiffs, and so then she went through this whole statement where she said they watched the video, they reviewed the video, they were looking at whether they could sanction Roger for his part in it, get him into trouble because he's working through his program, his probation program, and come to the end, she's like, well, you didn't do anything wrong, and in fact, you said you're not doing anything because you can't do anything wrong, and so basically we can't do anything to you. And so she basically called him down and to come into the courthouse just to fuck with him, and just to tell him, like, well, we saw what you did. So pretty uneventful. He said he had a some kind of update about that, but I haven't talked to him yet. So be hooking up with him though in a little bit. Hopefully Mr. Freeman, and maybe go spend a couple hours out walking around. The one thing I planned, we kind of talked about with I talked about with Prince. we went back to the RTC transit station. Um, Phil probably remembers that place. We had a couple of different incidences there, where with the one with the night shift of security guards and one with the day shift, and where basically they rolled out with their whole posse. The nighttime there was eight uniforms and two supervisors, and then during the day I think at one point there was maybe a dozen security officers out there, and then both times civilians came up to me. One time the guy pushed me, um, and so we after the so the when we went during the day, High Desert was there, Lone Wolf was there, AV Watchman was there, and they ended up calling the police, and the police came and they said they're on the sidewalk, they can film on the sidewalk, there's nothing you can do. And so Prince and Las Vegas Free Press and I, yeah, Phil, fight was already on. And so we went back a few days later during the day, and clearly, like the security guards had learned their lesson. They're Allied Universal security guards, and a couple of them looked like they wanted to come over and say something, but then their coworkers came, grabbed them, said, don't bother them, don't go out there. And so they were successful in not messing with us while we were on the sidewalk. So Prince and I are going to ramp it up here, and we're going to go get on the bus and ride the bus to the bus station so when we can get off the bus filming. And then when they mess with us, we'll just say that we're making our connection. We're connecting. So what are you going to do? We have business here. Yeah, your dad was a police officer. Yeah. Yeah, you can see that Officer Farrington is not a police officer. I don't think or a peace officer. I don't think de-escalation was in his language or in his training. So I'm going to be curious. That's one of the other things that I was going to open records request was his um, complaint record. You know, because I'm sure you guys saw how he acted with the camera pointed at him. What's he done in the past? I'm sure he's been complained about, at least once or twice. It's so funny when you go and you fill out the complaint form. They make you check off this little statement at the bottom that you read and you understand that filing a false report against a peace officer is I don't remember if it's a misdemeanor, but basically it's a crime. Yeah, High Desert, you're definitely inspiration to a bunch of people. Yeah, Desiree, that's what I think that's why I kind of say I don't believe that there are good cops, but I don't think they can last. Because either they have to turn a blind eye and watch all the bad shit that happens around them and not say anything, or if they do say anything, then they get ostracized, they get punished, they get put on shitty detail, they get, threatened by other officers. So it's I'm questionable of whether somebody's, when people say, well, not all cops are bad, there's good cops. And when I hear a cop say, well, I'm a good cop, I just ask them, have you ever arrested another police officer? Have you ever testified against another police officer? Have you ever because basically, we all see crimes happen, right, all the time. And they've got that Brotherhood of Blue going on, where even people that aren't in their department, that they don't even know, if they see that they're a police officer, right, they're gonna let them go for the ticket. They're gonna cut them slack if they're driving drunk and they're completely wasted, they're gonna cut them slack, and they're gonna make it as easy and as smooth as possible. And that brotherhood extends out beyond just the police officers, but it goes to the prosecutors, anybody that works in the DA's office. Um, I've seen plenty of corruption. Yeah, yeah. Las Vegas Auditor was there as we were talking to Officer Saxon, And I asked him those questions, have you ever arrested another police officer? And he said, well, no, no, no. There's a process for that, and you have to go to internal affairs, and then they have to do that. We don't just arrest another police officer. Oh, okay. Have you ever testified against another police officer in court? He said, oh, well, no. And I said, well, have you ever gone through that internal process, ever filed a complaint against another officer to go through that internal process? And he said, no. And he said, that's because I've never seen a police officer in uniform, commit a crime. And I mean, that's just the kind of thing that makes you want to laugh out loud, right? Like, so anyways, yeah, let me run and go get in here and see what we can see. I'll see folks in a little bit.